Right, Sam, pretty impressive performance, mate, typified by a great third quarter.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good fight out for 4 quarters. We knew that Lauderdale was always a tough trip on a home service, and these guys played this ground really well. So for us to come down here and play 4 quarters, and we had a couple of lapses in the first half, but that's sort of to be expected, I guess, at times with a young group. And as a coach, really happy and a positive outcome.
What was key for you to get the victory?
Yeah, it was just our mindset. I think we were well dominated over that first half. Uncontested marks were heavily against us, so that showed us that they controlled the footy a lot in the first half, and we just had to really tighten up on that, and which we did in the second half, and then seemed to control it from there after half time.
Houth and Jordan sort of stuck out to me. What did you think of their performance?
Yeah, Brody's only 19 years of age, so he's one of our young guys that's been in the system for a little while and probably goes under the radar. So fantastic for him to get good reward from midfield work and effort. Geordie's one of our 27-year-olds that's been around the club for a while, and for him, I think he's been playing really good footy over the last 3 weeks. The boys dipped last week, but the 2 weeks previous to that, both players and a couple of others were pretty solid.
Who else stood out?
Brendan Taylor, so he's one of our, again, he's only roughly 20 years of age, so 28 disposals, 2 goals, basically played through the midfield wing, so that's definitely his best game for the year, and a really good, showing of some of our young guys that are performing well.
And what are you making of your own performances so far this season, this game included?
Yeah, I got asked that question last week, and I've been struggling for the last couple of weeks, and I think for me, I've been out of footy for 12 months, and I really just got to focus at times on myself to get myself up and going, and it's hard with a coach because you want to coach and make other players better as well. So it's a fine balance, and I'm getting the hang of it, and the body's starting to become good each game we play.
And injuries, yourself, calf?
Yeah, I had a sore calf last week, and I didn't get to ice. I guess these media conferences are a bit quick after the game, so I rushed it last week, and I'm just making sure I tick all the boxes this week.
Yeah. And any others?
No, pretty good. Ruther went down late, but that was just with a cramp, so he was almost like he was shot there in the last quarter. But cramps, that's a positive.
You must be really happy with the way that boys stood up, with the barrage in that final term going into defensive 50 for you guys. Yeah, definitely. We come off a bad loss last week, and at the end of the day, we finished second last on later last year, so we've got a lot of improvement to do. This is a game I believe last year we would have lost. We would have sort of in that last 15 minutes been run over the top of, which happened for most of the season last year. So. Our guys will get good belief from that, and it's a good sign that we are going in the right direction. We just got to make sure we go in stages, and we make sure we don't miss anything along the way.
Are you where you thought you'd be at this stage of the season, Sammy?
Probably ahead. 3 wins, 1 loss. There was no expectation on it. However, from my point of view, I'm pretty happy as a coach to be 3-1, and it's we had 5 wins for the whole season last year, so it's a great reward for the playing group in a short period of time. We started 6 months ago, and it's just a good sign that the guys are really involved in the footy club, and that goes across players, administration, coaches. There's a real feeling of just buying into the footy club and wanting to be around it, which the club hasn't had for a few years.
Touched on last week and a tough loss. It must be really good to see a response like that.
Yeah, definitely. It just shows a bit of maturity. So, we lost Jack Donnell last week through suspension, who's played halfback flank for a long period of time, and a guy like James Gillow and Miller Hodge come in for their first game for the year, and then we get the win with 2 guys coming in for their first game. Miller's 17 and James is 17 as well. So. Again, with Brody Powerfulman, Brendan Taylor and guys like that, I think we've got a really good blend of guys coming into the side, but also some stability around them to make sure that they're supported.
A tough challenge next week up against Clarence?
Yeah, Clarence is always a big game, and we'll be at home again, so no expectations for Allen. We just roll out, we focus on what we need to focus on, and if that's a win, it's a win. If it's a loss, it's a loss. We learn just as much from losses as we do from wins, so this early stage of the season, it's more so about learning for us.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate.
Pretty heartbreaking loss after a really tough game there.
Yeah, I suppose it was a pretty good game. It was a close game most of the day, and you'd like to win those ones, but unfortunately someone's got to lose it at some stage, and I thought we probably have a couple of easy free kicks away in front of goal for the majority of the day actually, so that was pretty disappointing, and just kept giving easy goals away.
Who were some of the players that really did impress you today? Obviously, just weren't getting a loss, but
look, I thought McManus was really good all day. He's had 3 good games now, and I'd like to see him maybe try and get a spot in the state side or state squad at least. Walsh was pretty good. Franklin and Fife were dominant early and drifted out of the game a little bit. Same with McGuinness. McGuinness was good early and drifted out a bit. So we had guys that were happy with. Hafiva was good for parts of the game. I thought we were okay for the majority of the game, but probably just given those easy, I suppose, turnovers through the middle of the ground, and we probably just need to have a chat to the umpires coach about some of the areas we need to tidy up on, so it doesn't happen again.
Third quarter was a big one for Lonnie. What do you put down, I guess, that down to in terms of them taking control of the contest?
Yeah, look, they had probably a 10-minute patch where they had control of the game. We made a couple of changes, and I think we stopped the flow to a certain extent, and then we just traded blows in the last quarter, which we couldn't just get that our head in front. At any stage, we would get a goal, would leak one out, and then we'd get another one, then leak one out, and then a 50, and then a 50, and so we probably had opportunities, but we probably didn't take our opportunities too often.
Where do you think you're at in terms of your game style and the team itself? Obviously, yet to register a win, but are you pleased with how things are going?
Oh no, look, we've got some of our game plan horribly wrong in the first 3 weeks. We spent a lot of time on it this week and still didn't fix it. So that would mean that we would need to change our personnel over if it continues to happen. We just can't keep having the same guys butcher the ball through the middle of the ground and give opposition easy goals. Just got to be better than that, and it's just poor decision making. So we'll continue to work on that through the week, and if we need to make some changes, we'll certainly make changes.
Big game next week now. Here again against Hobart City. Yep.
If look, the season's starting to slip away after round 3. You can't be 0-3. So I'd imagine if we don't get a win on the board next week, we'll be in all sorts of trouble, and they would make it very hard for us to make finals.
Cheers. Thanks, man.